Hello, welcome back. It's Tales of Gear. I'm Tom, and if you remember, not long ago I've posted a video about the King Arms grenade launcher. I have it for a few years now, and I didn't really shoot with it since just recently I've got some 40mm grenades for it. These GMPs. I've made a video about those too. Check it out. And well, a few days ago I've noticed that something isn't right with the launcher. When I close the barrel, it opens up, it doesn't stay closed, and I've noticed that this locking piece here isn't engaging. And I took a closer look to see what's going on, because it is held in place by this pin here, as you can see. And well, when I took this part out, look at that. That should be a hole where the pin goes, and this part here broke off. Now this part locks the barrel on this part here, but all the forces, explain a little bit later, are concentrated on this pin and on this part here. This complete piece here is made out of pot metal, and this part here was just 1mm thick, so it was destined to fail at some point. I was trying to find a replacement for this replacement part, but of course there are none, and so I was forced to either buy a new launcher or simply to make this part. I was pretty confident I can replicate this part, and I want it out of a much stronger material. So here is the result. Let me show you. Here it is. This is the part I have made. It locks in perfectly, no wobble. Opens up, closes perfectly each time. So the launcher is fixed now. Let me explain what I think happened. Now, when the launcher is mounted and when you hold the complete assembly, the gun with the launcher, just by the launcher, all the forces involved by pulling to the front, when you hold it like that, will be generated on the pin, this part here, exactly on the area where this part is only 1mm thick, and with time it will give in and break off. So I have made this part here a little bit beefier. Unfortunately, the design of this complete system is made that this part has to be pretty thin in order that the barrel can slide up and down freely. So again, this part here is a little bit over 1mm thick on the new part I have made, but the difference is in the material. This is pot metal and this one here is mild steel. So let me take you through the process of making this part real quick. Now, first thing I did, I found a piece of flat piece of mild steel. It is 3mm thick. Okay, 3mm thick. Then I've made a stencil from this, traced it. Okay, after that I've transferred the stencil to the flat bar, and then I had to cut it out. After cutting it out, I drilled the holes, and instead of this part here that is one piece with that, I've made a hole and put in a 2.5mm wide pin, which I have then rammed down to have this shape here. So after I've fine-tuned everything, filed down and tested, and it worked, the last step was to make the bend, this bend here, like that, okay? Once this was done, I did some more testing and fine-tuning. Trust me, there is a lot of filing, and once I was sure it works properly, I have used Ballistol cold bluing solution, and I've cold blued this part. The finish is pretty nice, and yeah, it was done. Once this was done, I've checked all the other parts on the launcher, and the trigger mechanism here is okay. As long as you use grenades, green gas grenades, it should be fine. With green gas, if you use these with CO2, it will be much harder to activate them, and this could actually damage the mechanism, the trigger mechanism here. So be careful with that. And only other part that may fail on me with time is this part here. It's also made out of pot metal. It's 2 to 3, on some places 4 millimeter thick, and it prevents the barrel from sliding out. So if this part here fails, you will lose the gun and end up just with a M203 barrel in your hand. So try not to slam it forward too much, because of this part could break. And I will try to replicate this part again out of some much better material. Perhaps it will be again some mild steel. And yeah, for now I'm pretty careful with that one. Well, this is it for today's video. I hope you won't have this type of failure on your M203, and if you do, this video can help you to make one. So thanks for joining, thanks for watching, like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.